Hey guys, good to see y'all. Harley, how's it going, man? My dear brother. How's Memphis treating you so far? Mike, great to see you. First one in here tonight. Steven, good to see you. Mark, glad to see you guys. Kip, Cooper, good to see you guys. Gavin, good day, mate.
Good morning, all.
Good morning. Mine and Brandy Smith, just in case. Anthony, good to see you.
You're not going to find too much on me.
Dale, good to see you. Hope all y'all are doing well. Harley, how's the weather over there in Memphis? We'll give it just a few minutes, just another minute or so, and then we'll get started. Rhonda, how are you?
Hey, my girl. Chad.
What's up, Smiley?
He's doing it with
Still. But you had a chance. Tim, good to have you. Hope everybody's week's been good so far. About to rain. I'm assuming that means rain. Eddie Hanks, what's going on? Appreciate it. Justin, good to have you. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. John snuck right in just in time from sunny Colorado. Man, I wish I was in Colorado. I say that every time you get on. All right. First things first. It's going to be a little giveaway tonight. The giveaway is going to go down at 45 minutes in. So my timekeeper right here is going to let me know when 45 minutes is up. Bill, good to have you from Milwaukee. And when 45 minutes is up, Brandy's going to let me know. And how's it going, Jason? This sign right behind her back here, the half Jus Piddlin BBQ and half Iron Bean Coffee sign made by yours truly is going to be given away to somebody along with a few stickers and stuff like that, and possibly some coffee or something like that. So stay tuned for that. 45 minutes in is when the question of the day and the giveaway is going to happen. So that's a 12 by 12 sign, roughly 12 by 12. Kind of pieced together by me and designed and all that stuff. So it kind of incorporates Jus Piddlin and Iron Bean Coffee in the same sign. So I thought that'd be pretty cool. So that's going to be given away 45 minutes in. Now you've got to think about what the question is going to be. So let's see, what else? Mike says he's already got it in the bag.
Centimeters.
Will it be in Australian if it went? Absolutely. Absolutely. And Harley met one of Peter's friends at Memphis in May. That was pretty cool. That's good stuff right there. From what I hear, you're a much better cook than Harley. I don't know about that, Tim. He's taught me everything I know.
She said, oh my gosh, Harley is so hot.
Holy cow. You're only going to get that kind of news here at Jus Piddlin BBQ. WJPB. All right, a little quick YouTube channel update. We are now at 3,913 subscribers. So still rocking and rolling, still climbing every day, making a little progress. And if I'm reading it right, I hope I'm reading it right. We just went over 500,000 views on my channel. 500,000 views. That's a lot of views. I can't even comprehend that. Albert, how's it going, my man? Albert, stay tuned. 45 minutes in, we're going to give away this sign behind us right here to one lucky individual. So that's pretty cool. 500,000 views. I never thought we'd get that far. So
get a book of you, I wish.
yeah, that'd be awesome. We'd all be going to the Caribbean somewhere, Mark. I'd take all of y'all. I'd rent a plane and buy a plane or something and take all of you. Mailbag so far this week. Again, my man Justin Stanley got some hot sauces in the mail, and these are from Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. This is Maplewood smoked onion hot sauce. Maplewood smoked onion hot sauce. And the cool thing about these is they're numbered. Like this is bottle number 295. So that's really cool. And it also has a list down here of the farms that were used for, I guess, the onions and stuff like that. So Maplewood smoked onion hot sauce. I'm looking forward to that, especially for us being in Vidalia onion territory. That one, it was, which one's the Maple Sugar Shack Sriracha hot sauce. Say that fast 3 times. No, you haven't, Mike. No, you haven't. Now you're getting, it's getting a little deep now, Mike.
I did one on tonight, though.
Yeah, but
that means he wasn't watching somebody else's videos.
Well, that's a plus.
So you gotta give him props.
I did try this last night. I made an omelet, and it was a smoked chicken omelet, and this was awesome on that omelet. So I really like that one. Maple Sugar Shack Sriracha hot sauce.
Say it again.
And this Maple Sugar Shack Sriracha hot sauce. And this is bottle number 692. Pretty cool. And then the last one is Habanero Lime Switchback Craft Beer Hot Sauce. This one's going to be interesting. Bottle number 170. And Maple Wind Farms and Switchback. I'm assuming that that's the beer. Switchback's Well Balanced Smooth Signature Ale. Yeah, that's the beer. So that's going to be really cool as well. So cool stuff. So Justin, thank you, sir. That's going to be awesome. Now, if I could just get 500,000 subscribers, that'd be cool. But I have some of the best subscribers in all of YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, Gavin, I hope you guys, y'all let me know in the comments here if y'all have seen Russ Jones's video using the Vegemite. He used the Vegemite and he just posted the video Sunday, Monday. And it's awesome. I don't know that I would have tried this. I actually talked to him on the phone the other day, and while he was making it, he was on his son's boat and he was making this dish, and it was actually braised beef tongue tacos. And he kind of used this Vegemite as almost like a beef base or a beef bouillon base. And it turned out really good. It looked like it turned out really good anyway. Absolutely, Jason. That's right. It looks like it turned out pretty good.
100% salt.
And I'm not sure after watching his video and how the finished product turned out, I'm not sure that I wouldn't try it too. I mean, the guy that Mike's Meats up here that I get the sausage from, he has beef tongue in there all the time. And I always look at it and shake my head and keep going. But Russ might have, put me on to some of that. So I may try it. So, but anyway, check that video out. Smoky Ribs, Russ Jones. He's got the Vegemite. He put it in that recipe for the beef tongue tacos. Tacos de lengua. The tongue tacos are delicious. I was squeamish visiting Jalisco as a kid. My loving but tough uncle said, "Eat it already, salty American." And when I tried it, I found out it was great. It looked really tender. And so I may have to give it a go. Looked really good. Little cast iron in the mugs tonight. A little cast iron Bean Coffee Company. So y'all check Russ's video out on the Vegemite. And Russ is also sending it now. So Gavin sent it to me from Australia. I sent it to San Diego, El Cajon, California, to Greg over at Ballistic Barbecue. Ballistic Barbecue sent it to Russ right around Biloxi, Mississippi. And now Russ is sending it to Mike at Everyday Barbecue. And I think Mike is in Michigan, Illinois, somewhere up in there. North of Kentucky. So Mike at Everyday Barbecue will be getting it pretty soon, and we'll see what he does with it. So it's making the rounds, Gavin. So look at what you started. So again, thanks to you, Gavin, for sending that. And it's actually turned into a kind of a YouTube little deal there. So that's pretty cool. Numbers will come in time anyways, and those subscribers will be on the level. I totally agree with you 100%. 100%. Thor is amazing. You like Thor, Peter? That's awesome. Thor, we tried Thor. Thor's good. It was good. Mike, it's difficult. I've actually got her lashed to the chair.
Whatever.
The globe-trotting Vegemite. That's right. Is there a gun show tonight? It's already here, Smiley. Already here. Not that I would know. I only watch your videos. Yeah, whatever. Also, tonight, I wanted to mention, too, that Fred with Iron Bean posted, that was on Facebook. He posted a little thing that was really cool that you guys need to check out, and I actually shared it.
I shared it too.
And Brandy shared it as well. But it's basically their story and like where they started and well, kind of how they met, and then how they started their coffee stuff and all that, and kind of just going through that a little bit. And it's a little lengthy, but it's well worth the read as to how it all came about as far as making their coffee and stuff like that, and like what their dreams and aspirations were and what actual reality is. And it kind of reminded me of kind of what we're doing in a way. I think they're probably on a little bigger scale than we are, but several years ago, people were telling me, you need to open up a restaurant. You should open up a restaurant. You need to get a restaurant, or you need to get a food truck. You need to get a food truck. I'd love to do that. I love cooking. I love kind of like Mama. She loved watching people be happy by eating her cooking. and I enjoy that too, you know. And so I would love to do that, you know, on a small scale, small restaurant, kind of like what she had. It was really just a drive-up restaurant or a food truck. That would be awesome. But you know, it's just not possible right now, you know. And kind of like Fred was saying in their story, you know, you have dreams and aspirations, but then reality hits and you realize that, you know, you can't, sometimes you don't have the means to do that. And so, you know, I've got a YouTube channel, and this is probably as close as I can get right now to a restaurant or even a food truck or food cart or anything like that. At the same time, you got to start somewhere, you know. And still, there's lots of times when, you know, I kind of look around and, you know, like getting ready. I'm finna put her out, like in the pool.
Just ignore her.
You know, sometimes I wonder why, you know, what am I doing? You know, a live show on Wednesday nights or, you know, Sunday mornings at 7 o'clock or, you know, out there in the backyard talking to myself to a camera. You know, what, I mean, what am I doing? But you guys, you know, make it worth it. And then somebody, you know, does something like Justin sending me, you know, the hot sauces, or anytime anybody has sent me anything, or just comments, you know, some of the comments that you guys leave, you know, let me know that it's, you know, it's worth it. And I would be cooking anyway, you know, so film it. Maybe it helps somebody. Maybe it encourages somebody. And, you know, so how's it going, Jace? Good to have you. So, you know, just keep pushing forward, you know, and then, you know, I look at the channel and every day 15 or 20 subscribers show up, and it's still growing steady. So we'll just keep at it and keep having fun with you guys and see where it goes, you know. But I understand what Fred's talking about he was saying, you know, their dreams, they could have spent $6 million or $1 million or however much on their ideal coffee shop, you know. And I could probably do the same thing at a restaurant or a food truck that I wanted, or, you know, something like that. You know, big smoker and, you know, cool restaurant and all that stuff. And, but it's also reality. So we're here making YouTube videos. But, you know, who knows where it's going to go or what opportunities are going to lie ahead. The most important thing is the people that I have met so far. And all you guys, you know, at some point, I feel like I know most of you by now. I'm sure you probably feel the same way about us by now. And, you know, some of the guys that have built some of my grills and stuff, awesome guys. So it's about those relationships. And so, you know, that's kind of why we are still doing it. So, again, thank you guys for all the support and all the encouragement. It means a lot. So that's what keeps us going with it. So just want to mention that, but that story is on Facebook. If you guys would like to check it out, it's a pretty cool little story. So it's always cool to see the backstory of people and things. So that's that about Fred and Chanel. So that's about it. Cooked a little bit today on the Kamado Joe. Cooked some chicken on the Kamado. Actually did some chicken Alfredo inside for supper tonight while I was cooking chicken breasts on the Kamado Joe on the outside for some lunch, chicken breast for lunch tomorrow, and probably some smoked chicken salad for possibly Friday. So I just bought a big pack of chicken breasts, some for the Alfredo, some for the just chicken breast for tomorrow at lunch, and then for the smoked chicken salad for later on. So did I miss something?
No, I just didn't know if you wanted to read that.
All right. That's a big giveaway. We have a little giveaway at 8:45 tonight. If you can answer the mystery question. Mike's almost disqualified already.
Peter.
That would be really cool, Peter. Maybe one day that could be put into the works and we could all meet at a central location somewhere. And and I'd let you, Mike.
And I'd drink it.
Yeah. My favorite thing to cook, obviously, is pork butts. You drink iron bean coffee. You like NASCAR. I appreciate that, Eddie. Appreciate that a lot, man. All of Sandy Smith's cookers, Traeger Tailgater, Traeger 780, Grilla Silverbac, Grilla Chimp, personalized marine pit barrel cooker, Weber kettle master touch. My son has now. Watchman Stove. Eddie, that pretty much wraps it up. And a Kamado Joe. Very good.
Jus Piddlin Memphis in May 2020. Peter wants to know.
Maybe that might be pretty. That might be pretty good. I'd love to go to Memphis in May. I'd love to go. This year it just wasn't. The timing wasn't really right, and it's tough because that's right at the end of the school year. We're trying to get everything wrapped up as far as testing and all that stuff goes, and I wish it was like a week later. Memphis and almost May.
Yes, Eddie, we're still waiting on patches. Yes, we are.
After this batch, I won't wait on patches anymore. Like I said, I've got one possibility, thanks to you guys, that does leather stuff, or I have found another way to do the patches myself, just ordering the leather, and I may start branding my logo into the leather, but we'll see. I need to do a little more research on the other contact first. But and that's the other thing I was talking about earlier, about Fred's story. Here's my story, trying to do shirts and it's all a learning process. We've never done this before, trying to do merchandise, and you're learning as you go. And the biggest thing is not disappointing people and disappointing you guys, with stuff. So we're just trying to creep along and do things as we can, but you live and you learn. So it would be cool to meet up at a NASCAR track and legitimately tailgate and fellowship and camp the weekend and do that kind of thing. That's a pretty good idea.
Well, we have Texas, we have Cali, we have New Hampshire, we have Charlotte.
Charlotte, there's Chicagoland. There's
Kentucky.
Kentucky would be a central location. Kentucky Speedway would be a central location. That's pretty. I like that idea. Kentucky Speedway would be a great spot.
Pocono would be cool, Pennsylvania. It's been a long time since I've been up there.
Pocono would be cool. Kentucky would be better though.
Thanks, Justin. It's been rough since last Friday.
Yeah, we've both kind of been under the weather this week. Brandy's been really sick and hoarse and all that stuff. And then I didn't say anything about it Sunday, but Saturday, actually, my AFib kicked in. And so from Saturday until this morning, my heart was beating about 90 miles an hour. It felt like I was running a marathon since Saturday. And then all of a sudden, now remember a couple weeks ago, I said no good deed goes unpunished. Well, this morning, a good deed paid off. They were having some stuff out in the pecan grove at our school. And one of our teachers was carrying a table. She had to carry it a long way. I asked if she wanted me to help carry the table. So I picked up the table, and I've gone through this AFib enough to know that most of the time I can get it fixed if I go to the gym and work out really hard or somehow get my heart rate up and that kind of stuff. It's either going to get fixed or I'm going to kill over, one of the two. And so far I've been lucky and it's always fixed itself. So I volunteered to carry the table out there for her and kind of carried it out there at a nice brisk pace. And by the time I got back, finished my duty and went to my classroom, I sat down and I just felt better. I could just tell. And I checked my pulse and it's just like a Timex again. So thank the good Lord for that. And I have prayed since Saturday, please, Lord, fix this thing. And, he does. So I feel better. Brandy's starting to feel better. So, and the Jus Piddlin show goes on.
Yes, Peter, I usually get like this at least twice a year.
Thank you for that, Eddie.
Mike wants to know if it's dangerous. AFib.
AFib. My dad had it. Let me say this. The whole side of my dad's family, that whole side, it'd probably be quicker for me to tell you the stuff that they don't have than to list all the stuff that they do have. But one of the things that they do have on that side of the family is AFib. So my daddy had it, my uncle has it, my aunts have it, I have it. But AFib, the biggest danger with that is a stroke, because when your heart's quivering instead of beating hard, when it beats hard, it pumps all the blood out. And when it's quivering, it doesn't pump all the blood out. So if that blood stays in your heart for too long, the danger is that it could clot. And then when your heart does gain back its normal rhythm, it'll pump that clot out and cause you to have a stroke. So I always take precautions. I always take a low dose Bayer aspirin every morning, just to kind of keep everything thinned out a little bit. And since Saturday, I've kind of doubled up on that a little bit, but just to be on the safe side. But that's the biggest danger is there's a higher risk of stroke with that. So you got to be careful with that. And I've actually had a catheter ablation last year.
2 years.
Two summers ago, where they go up through your femoral artery to your heart, and they find where the pieces of your heart are misfiring, and they cauterize it to try to keep those arcs from happening. But obviously, they're still happening. So I may have to have that procedure again before too long. I don't know. So
thanks, everyone.
But appreciate you for asking.
Eddie said go look at pellet smokers in the big box stores. That always gets your heart rate up.
No kidding. That's a good point. I read a couple Facebook posts, and there you go. Guys, I'm going to tell you, and again, I've done good. In a week now, I have not posted anything except links to videos to try to help people out with a recipe or something like that. So I've been doing good. But some of the comments are just crazy. And in today's world of Google, all these questions, maybe I'm just one of those guys, like if I was to ever get lost, it's never happened. But if I were to get lost, I'm probably one of those guys that wouldn't stop and ask for directions. I can find it, and I'm just going to try to find it. Maybe I'm that kind of person.
And cuss all the way.
But some of these people that have these questions, it would just take maybe 5 minutes of Googling to find out the answer. But instead, they post these ridiculous questions on the World Wide Web, and then they wonder why they get made fun of. And I'm not saying that making fun of people is right, but, you know, questions like, and we talked about this the other day, time and temp for corn on the cob. What, corn on the cob? Time and temp, corn on the cob. And then they'll say, and go. Like we're supposed to rush over to the keyboard and start typing or something, you know? I want to type back, and no. Time and temp for corn on the cob. Yeah, that happened. Corn on the cob. Remember, the world needs... I'm not sure about that, Mike. No, Mike, you're good people. Good people. All you guys. I need a beer after hearing that. Yeah. I don't know. What is the time and temp for corn? Yeah. Corn on the cob. I want to know how you get your meat probe down in the middle of the cob so you can check it with your external probe. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Those man, those groups are the definition, the true definition of insanity. Some of that stuff. You got to weed through all of the crap to find good stuff. And there is good stuff in all of them. Every single one of them has good stuff in them. But you've got to weed through so much now. And it's funny because you know it's getting bad when especially in certain groups, when every single person in that group starts out their question by saying, you know, please don't make fun of me, or at the risk of being made fun of, or I know I'll probably be the butt of all your jokes, but, you know, when you've got to start off your conversation with those kinds of things, that might not be a good group to be in. But it's sad we've gotten to that point, you know. Home Depot is selling the new Traeger Pro 780 and 540. I was shocked to see them in there. I'm shocked to see them in there too. And I don't think it's a good idea. But I'm not the president of Traeger Corporation. Well, Gavin, I can't tell you the giveaway question yet. It's a little, we've got like, I don't know, 12 minutes. 12 minutes. 12 minutes before the huge giveaway. Again, guys, now this isn't much. I mean, it's just a little token of our appreciation and a little way to have fun. But I think it turned out pretty cool anyway.
Okay, I almost know if that's the giveaway question. What question did you ask?
Was that the giveaway question? No.
Did I ask a question?
No, I didn't ask a question. If you buy them there, do they give you Harley's number? Probably. They probably do. And see, again, I've got it on my phone. Again, this is why y'all done got me fired up. This is why
5 minutes. This
is why, again, that I disagree with these grills being put in these stores. Some of you probably saw it. And I know you're not going to be able to see it because of all these lights and everything, but I just wanted to show you that I got it on my phone. This is a picture of a pellet grill in Walmart, a pellet grill in Walmart, and there is a tag zip tied to it. Don't forget your charcoal. and it's on a pellet grill. That's how much these people know about pellet grills. Don't forget your charcoal. So just put your lump right down in that hopper. That's why.
Yeah.
But don't listen to Jus Piddlin. I'm telling you. She's going to have a brick in the pool.
You can tell me nothing. Sweet girl.
We may do the giveaway. I tell you,
we're not giving
the giveaway.
We're not doing it early
The
either.
giveaway
Until 45.
The giveaway has changed. The giveaway is this sign and a cat. And a cat. If the box is still wiggling, well, you're welcome. No, I need to thank you. Thank you for taking the cat.
No.
So I'll even put the cat food in there. Oh. Went to a grill dealer today for sauces and rubs. They had a ton of Yoder and Traeger grills. Going to try Mr. First. My first brisket Saturday. Hey, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. That's the biggest thing. And that's one of the mistakes I think a lot of people make when they get their first. I see a lot of people on the groups. Just brought my smoker home today, my, Maverick 9000, and just did a burn in. I think tomorrow I'm going to try a Wagyu 17-pound Packer brisket. Any suggestions? Well, my suggestion is don't do that. Cook you some hot dogs and hamburgers. Cook you some, chicken breasts. Cook you some chicken breasts or some pork chops. And just learn how it cooks for a little bit first before you go spend $150 on a Packer brisket that you're probably going to ruin. Now, John, I know that's not you, but I see that a lot on Facebook. Just brought my smoker home. And I'm fixing to try, 4 12-pound Boston butts. Any suggestions? Yeah, don't do that.
Turkey hot dogs.
Oh, that was terrible. Oh, yeah. That's a great point. You ever see them cars? The cars that are like a, 1987 Caprice Classic? It's like a $1,200 car. And they got $5,000 worth of wheels on that thing. I'll take the cat. What road?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Man.
You don't even answer that. No. She's not going anywhere.
Coffee rub. A good coffee rub. Kill. Only joking. Would use marinade. Yeah. Brine. It'd probably be a brine.
You probably wouldn't be able to get your hands on
a good salt brine.
She'd eat you alive.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Texas chain stores called Buc-ee's? They sell the PVC. I'm not, Eddie, but and that's interesting that they sell the PVCs. I've wondered who all is carrying those, and I actually talked to Amber a little bit by email about that kind of situation because I saw that they were actually looking for some help in Kentucky with sales. I wish they were needing help in Georgia because I'd love to do something like that. I would love to get in with a grill company, a good grill company, and, cook with their products and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. Come to Willimantic, Connecticut. 89 Honda Civic, tuned like a Ferrari. Buc-ee's are like a mini Walmart. Buc-ee's.
Can you read this one?
I've had grill over a year, done a whole turkey, just my first brisket. 6 plant. Yeah. And see, that's the way to go, especially starting out with a brisket, is a 6 pound flat. That's perfect. And really, because the point's not on it, you're going to get a good smoke ring throughout the whole flat. You'll have some nice slices on it, and that'll be perfect. That's a perfect way to go. Perfect. What kind of seasoning are you going to use, John? What am I cooking this weekend? I don't know. I know I've got some steaks in there that we need to cook.
This is my birthday.
And it is Miss Piddlin's birthday, Friday. So whatever Miss Piddlin wants is what I'll cook. How about that? What would you like?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Vienna sausage it is.
No.
Smoked Vienna sausage is hard to beat.
Definitely not that. Mm-mm.
I'll even throw some ketchup in there.
Oh, God, that's even worse.
Maybe a little potted meat.
Oh, stop.
You said it didn't matter. That'll teach you.
You can't do it.
I don't know.
Not beef tongue either. Nope. I like chicken.
Vienna sausage and saltine crackers. Perfect. Chicken?
You know,
Oh,
like chicken with
I might do the spatchcock chicken on the Kamado Joe this weekend. That might be what I do.
Mike said steak and king crab on the Traeger.
Wow. I'm eating at Mike's.
Thanks, Peter.
Yeah, I may do the spatchcock chicken on the Kamado. I've been wanting to do that.
Did you read that from Peter?
No. He also can't believe that Walmart sells grills without a single person who can answer. That's true. Oh, I'd like to start a grill store too. Grill store, you know, rubs, a rub company, whatever, something, you know.
Thanks, Jason.
Something like that would be pretty cool. I can't find a tri-tip anywhere. Not around here. She don't care for the charcoal cooking, but she likes everything off the Kamado Joe so far. So Eddie's he's got everything on a tape recorder, or he's got a photographic memory. Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
What's everybody else cooking this weekend? We know Mike's what Mike would like to suggest anyway. Eddie, what you cooking on the Calm? By the way, I told Brandy when I had the Kamado fired up a while ago, I had some hickory chunks in there too. And the heat deflector's in there, but I love the smell of that Kamado. Right now I've got rockwood charcoal. I love the smell of it.
Actually, less than 2 minutes, Rick.
And it's as easy. So far, it really is as easy as a pellet smoker as far as temp control. So far, I haven't done a super long cook on it yet, but really easy. And I think a lot of people are intimidated by the Kamados, but they really shouldn't be. You know, if really, in my opinion, Eddie, you tell me what you think, but if you can operate a Weber kettle, you can operate a Kamado. That's my opinion. So
Peter's doing chicken wings and burgers and dogs for his girlfriend's party.
All right, so we are 45 minutes in roughly. Oh, right now. And so I'm going to do a little question. And whoever types it in first, make sure you get onto the bottom.
I'm there.
Whoever types it in first gets this sign back here and a few other things. All right. And this is going to be some Jus Piddlin BBQ trivia, but not about me personally. More about the channel. No, not decor, Mike. So here's the question. I want the color and style of the shirt that I was wearing in the video, how to clean and operate a pellet grill safely. Color and style of shirt I was wearing in that video, how to clean and operate a pellet smoker safely.
The blue clean. No, purple sleeveless. Purple sleeveless? No, he doesn't have purple. We're not going there.
This may last 2 hours.
Where's your pen so I can write down?
I don't know. All my grills have been moved. Oh, there. The Crazy Pop orange tank top. That's it. Crazy Pop gets it. He's the GOAT tonight. All right, Crazy Pop. Send your same shirt. Yeah, the same shirt I have on. The same exact shirt. I was trying to throw you guys a little bone.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That's good stuff. So, Crazy Pop, send me your mailing address. And Russ, you just missed it. Crazy Pop, send me your address. Jus Piddlin BBQ.
Oh, you know what? He did.
What? Who did?
Kip said it before.
Oh, he said the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to send both of you. I'll send both of you a sign. So Kip and Crazy Pop.
Sorry, Kip.
That's cool. So Kip, I think I already have your address. Send it to me anyway again, please. Jus Piddlin BBQ at gmail.com. I'll type it down here. I'll type it down here. So just send your mailing address to I'm sending you something, Kip, so like it or not.
He's just going to make another sign.
I feel like Dale Earnhardt Jr. What do you mean by that, Eddie? Coming in third.
Peter said, can I have one in purple?
And Eddie, you had all the right answers, man. That was cool. That was good stuff.
Peter wants one in purple because he said sleeveless.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys. That was good. I'll give you 150,000 right now for it.
I just need that. Just send it to me.
My coffee came in a few days ago. Love it. That's awesome, Russ. Awesome. That was a pretty quick turnaround too. Pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Are you going to sell the new cap you posted the other day? Yes. I've got one left that's that color, but I've got 8 that are going to be different colors, khakis and blacks. This is black with khaki back. As soon as I get the patches sewn on, I'll announce it on Instagram, Facebook, and on here on the live feeds. So hopefully you guys can see that first and get first dibs on them and go from there. But yes, I will be selling those. And if they sell well, then I'll order some more and get those rolling. Really good fitting hat, really good quality hat. That's why I wanted to go that route. So, and Russ, I told all the guys about the about your video with the Vegemite and the beef tongue tacos el lengua, and so they should be checking that out if they hadn't already. Some of them had already checked it out. And now you're sending it to Mike over at Everyday Barbecue. So that'll be pretty cool to see what Mike comes up with and then where Mike's going to send it to. So that's pretty cool. Gavin, that thing's been all over the place. Awesome. Yeah, Peter, me too. He might be at work. I know they got a lot of stuff going on. So, and to be honest with you, like right before 2 minutes before I hit live, I'm still running around here. I'm trying to take a few notes, and because I was, cooking the Alfredo and then the other chicken, and then one of our sons wanted to come over and borrow the Chimp because he's having a senior cookout tomorrow. So I showed him how to use it and helped him load that up and come back. And so it's been a whirlwind of an afternoon. And, Fred might be having a whirlwind of an afternoon himself. So absolutely, Mike. But Mike, you had a chance. That's the biggest thing, is you had a chance. As for tacos de lengua at La Lomita or whatever spots you hit on vacation. Oh man, I don't know. I want some Al Pastor over when we go to Isla in July, but I'm not sure if I'm going to ask for the tacos de lengua. I may have to cook that for myself and try that here at the Jus Piddlin headquarters. I don't know. Those tacos were fantastic, and even better the next day when I reheated by sauteing the lengua in its own fat. Now, Russ, it didn't look like your son was feeling it as much as you were. Orange muscle shirt. That's a good. I don't think so. I don't think so. That might be the U.S. Postal Service now is probably handling that. I guess it depends on who you use to ship it, I guess. Yeah, that he kept seeing that big old tongue sticking out of that cow's head. Yeah. I think I'd be all right if you couldn't actually visualize the taste buds. I guess that's what those little spots are. Russ, that'll be one of those cooks where it has to take a long time so that I open up that cooler a lot so that I kind of forget about what I'm going to eat when it gets done.
That's crazy.
Because a friend told me they were great, but I didn't think they tasted like anything. Yeah, a little salsa, a little guac, a little sour cream, a little cheese, a little hot sauce. Yeah, adult energy drinks. But that's because they didn't have Vegemite in it. They were bland because you didn't have the Vegemite. That Vegemite's what took it over the top.
Elvin and Dave missed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just passing through to be crowned Jus Piddlin Trivia Champion. Elvin, it's over, man. It's over. Kip and Crazy Pop, they got it. We kind of had a judging error there, so both of them are going to win. So I'll do another sign similar to this one. And I'm not telling which one of you gets which sign, but
I'll probably decide that one.
oh, okay. Do you have the new griddle from Ben over at Winchester? I don't. I have the old one. I do like the new one better. I think it's a better design, and that's one thing that's cool about them is, you know, they're always trying to improve and make that Watchman stove better. And now Harley's got a Watchman stove, so I told him he needed to get that newer griddle, and but that old one's still cool too. But I do think it's a better design. Mike says they were coached. Mike, you talking about doing homework? You and Eddie, I think, did homework together. Look up Chef Marito products online.
Mm-hmm.
They make marinades and seasonings that the Mexican mercados. That's good, and thank you for that. Now, we do have a pretty decent Mexican section in our stores. I do have to say that most grocery stores around here has a dedicated section to that, and they do a pretty decent job, I think, of being pretty authentic. We have, but I will check those out too. Don't worry, Elvin. There'll be another giveaway in a couple of weeks. I'll do a different sign or something, and Heavenly Made products. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use those.
Mark just got on.
And I need which Mark, Mike Tabor, Mark Summers is feeling lucky tonight. Mike, you need to break the news to him. Army Coffee, some gave all mugs sold out fast. Mm-hmm. And those were some beautiful mugs. Beautiful mugs. Love those mugs. Yeah, probably could have sold twice that many.
Mike, I want it already.
I want it already. Mark, unfortunately, Mike did not win it, but Kip and the Crazy Pop, they already answered the question, and they're getting these signed. But I will have another giveaway in a couple of weeks. We'll do the same thing again. I waited about 45 minutes into it before we. Yeah, maybe we need to wait an hour next time. Next time we'll wait dead on the hour. Too late for the giveaway, but glad to check in. Brock, good to have you, man. Good to have you. Eventually you'll probably see that brand there then. Best store brand for chicken mole, if you see it. Awesome. That's probably, I can put anything in a tortilla. And matter of fact, I bought some today so that when I make that smoked chicken salad, we can do wraps with the chicken salad. So I love anything in a wrap, in a tortilla or anything like that. Jason, what's your favorite Mexican dish? Mike, what's your favorite Mexican dish? Mike, in other words, Kip says he'll let you win. Doña Maria mole a lot. It's real good. Pozole. What is that? Pozole. Pozole. Is it pozole or pozole? That almost sounds Italian. No purple.
No purple. I thought maybe we should do a
purple sign.
Jus Piddlin.
I probably won't use that purple for anything else. Pozzole. Laker Player 99. Hello. I'm typing from hospital bed. What in the world? Typing from a hospital bed tonight. I'm assuming that means long story. Mark, you would have got my sympathy vote, and I would have probably just let you win. Which live feed option are you using? Stream now, event, or live control room? I do live control room. And I'm not sure, Russ, why I do that. That's just the one I use all the time. That lets me obviously schedule it ahead of time, but then it also allows me to share it on Facebook ahead of time. And I get to pick like a thumbnail, stuff like that. And you can switch between live mode and I don't know what it's called, but like a standby, so that after I set it all up, then I can go into standby and it cuts my camera off. Then I can go into the camera software and cut it on and kind of focus everything and all that, because otherwise it won't let you do both at the same time. Good night, Stephen. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. What'd Mark say? We've mentioned a few of them: al pastor chicken, chicken mole, which is the national dish of Mexico. I didn't know that. Tostadas, braised or stewed meat dishes. I couldn't think how to spell orange. Oh, that's good stuff. I tell you, probably the best dish, the best Mexican dish that I've personally ever cooked was I cooked and I did a video on it. I got a video of it, and it was the carnitas. I talked about it the other day. That was the best Mexican dish that I have personally ever cooked, was those carnitas. They were unbelievable. And I tried to do my homework, watched several videos of, traditional people doing carnitas, how they did it. And they use big, huge copper pots, and they were throwing 3 and 4 pork butts in there at a time and lard. And so I tried to obviously dial it down some size wise, but cooked it on the Watchman stove, cast iron crock pot. And a lot of the recipes said you're supposed to use carnation milk or evaporated milk. So I used that, and you could really taste that evaporated milk in the meat. It just added a sweetness to it. But citrus as well with oranges turned out amazing. And it was a fun cook. It was really fun to do that cook. So again, y'all check that carnitas video out. That's probably my best Mexican dish video that I've done, was those carnitas. And if they're done right, that's probably my favorite thing to order. I haven't started that yet, Eddie. To be honest with you, I'm a little nervous about it, because once you start it, once you start sanding, I mean, you're all in at that point. So once I get that first sanding going, then it's, you just got to go for it then. So I got to get up the courage to just start sanding on it and go from there. I've got the exact design that I want, what I want painted and all that. step one is go buy the paint and then just start sanding. Authentic carnitas. Yeah, I love those carnitas. And I've done fajitas. I've done fajitas on the Watchman Stove. Turned out really good. It's hard to mess up fajitas. But when you get into the carnitas and that kind of thing, when you're really trying to do it right and as authentic as you can, you know, which, you know, there's always going to be somebody that says, no, you should have done this or that. But, you know, it's a lot of work. But the end product was worth it. So it was really good. And that was something you could do on a Kamado style cooker as well. Try sopas. What? Isn't there something called a sopapilla? What is that? I might be saying cuss words. I don't know, but I think somewhere I heard sopapilla. That's what my wife likes too. I prefer the green. So what was that? Barbacoa. Sopapilla is a dessert type thing. That's what they have at the Mexican restaurant up here. That sopapilla. Isn't it like fried ice cream or something? That's gringo food. What is that, like fried ice cream or something? Or like a...
Just let them tell you, Bush.
Sofrito? I think they call it a sopapilla. I don't know. But it's gringo food, so... Mike, you still didn't win.
Mark answered.
Oh, Mark did. Where's he at? Gotcha. My pacemaker and defibrillator acting up. Well, Mark, me and you we must be on the same wavelength then, because I was telling them I had an AFib episode started Saturday, and it just kicked back beating right again this morning. So from Saturday to this morning, I was a mess. So I feel your pain, brother, and I hope you wish you a speedy recovery.
Good night, Gavin.
Wish you a speedy recovery. And Kip, thanks for pointing that out. Y'all, before you hit the sack tonight, y'all shoot some prayers Mark's way. Sopapilla is a fried pastry served with honey cinnamon. Yeah, so it's just that's gringo food. That's probably something Mike eats. I notice you like to go stock with all your cookers. It's cool that you don't mind. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's wrong, you know, too. You know, like a pit barrel cooker, for example, if you want to add a shelf to it, I understand why you would want to add a shelf to it. But, you know, some of these guys have actually made them into really almost a Weber Smoky Mountain or something. Well, if that's what you wanted, then go buy a Weber Smoky Mountain, you know. I just kind of like, what was that I saw today? There was a guy I saw today. It might have been a pit barrel cooker. But again, he had a box sitting on the side and had 6 wires coming off of that thing into that pit barrel. You know, I don't know what he's got on there, but he evidently had 6 of them, or, you know, like I say all the time, you know, it was on life support, whatever it was in there, because it looked like it was hooked up to an EKG monitor. All I've got is now with my pellet smokers, they come with probes. So they usually have a probe, and I usually run it through there and stick that in there. But other than that, like for my Kamado or for pit barrel, I've just got a thermopop. I've got a iGrill Mini. I think I used it on the Weber kettle once. But other than that, I just don't use them a whole lot. You know, but like adding a shelf, back to my point, Eddie, adding a shelf or something, you know, that's not changing the dynamic of the grill or how the grill cooks. You know, painting it a different color. I think that's cool. I've seen a lot of different guys that have done their pellet smokers, especially their older, like their older Traeger grills, 10 years old. Um, they've had them sandblasted or sanded them down real good and repainted them. Some of them repainted them like Major League Baseball colors, um, or maybe a hockey team color, and that's pretty cool. But that didn't change the dynamic of the grill. What I don't understand is why people buy a grill and then as soon as they get it, they start changing it. You know, why would you spend $1,000 on a pellet smoker and as soon as you bring it home, take the controller out of it and trade it for another controller? I'm not spending $1,000 on something that I've got to rebuild. You know, that's just me. But if that person spends the money on that grill, then they can do whatever they want to with it.
It started raining in Memphis. That's why Harley got off. Peter's right here. He said this over a question.
When you do burgers on pellet grill, what temp did you use? I usually use 275, and I just put them on there and let them go. 275, maybe 300, depending on how quick I want to get them done. But most time it's 275, and I just, you know, a guy the other day was on one of the groups, and he was cooking burgers, and he was trying to cook them at 400 degrees, and because he's always had like a Weber kettle or a charcoal grill, and so one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, that I have found anyway, maybe it's just my cooking style, but what I have found is however you cooked on a charcoal grill before, I cook the exact opposite on a pellet grill. I don't really sear steaks on a pellet grill. I have before using a cast iron skillet. I don't own grill grates just because I haven't forked out the money to purchase grill grates yet, but if I did, I might use those to sear. But I have cooked some amazing steaks, cooking them just like I said with the burgers. Put the burgers on 275. I'll stick that probe in the burger and cook it until the internal temp that I want it, and it's done. And it's got a beautiful mahogany color. I mean, almost like this mug, smoke ring on it and everything, and they're great. And I've done steaks the same way after I marinated them in like a little Dale's or Worcestershire and cooked them that way. So I think the cooking style has to be different on a pellet grill versus somebody that's cooked on charcoal or like a kettle grill for a while, because, you know, a lot of that cooking is more hot and fast unless you're cooking a big piece of meat. But to me, a pellet grill is more, for me anyway, for me, just about everything is low and slow on a pellet grill for me. Chicken breasts, pork chops, um, you know, just about anything. So, but you know, everybody's different. But for me, that's just how I cook on a pellet grill. I cook lower and slower than I would on other grills. Yeah, as Kip, as long as it has 6 probes coming out of it. Some of these guys are just destroying their pit barrel cooker with all their modifications. You know, like I said, Albert, you know, if they buy it, they can do what they want to with it, but I wouldn't want to do that. And granted, in today's world with a grill, you know, $300 isn't that much money, but $300 is still $300. And if I'm going to spend $300 on something that I'm going to just spend another 200 to modify, then I'll just buy what I want, because chances are they already make it. You just reminded me of some great carne asadas.
You're talking about Jason.
Yeah. You don't flip food as much on a pellet grill? No. Really, the only time I flip anything on a pellet grill most of the time is just because I feel like flipping it because I'm bored or something. But there's really not much need to flip anything on a pellet grill, to be honest with you.
Your son's going to have a house full of hungry women to feed Saturday.
The wife is using grill grates right this minute to sear some 2-inch Berkshire pork chops. They will go indirect until they hit 145 marinated Asian marinade. It's hard to beat a really good pork chop. It's hard to beat. The problem is it's easy to make a really bad pork chop because, you know, it's pretty easy to dry those things out. But again, you know, I think it also has to do with the kind of pork chop. And Berkshire pork is great pork, by the way. So that won't be a problem. But if you get some cheap pork chops, chances are you got to be careful because they're going to dry out pretty quick. Everyone knows the ones with 9 brothers. Well, I haven't made it to that level yet, Kip. Now I'm hungry for some Mexican food. That would be pretty good. That's right. And that, Russ, is why it's important to cook to internal temp and not time and temp. You know, how long is it going to take and what should I cook it at? I don't know. I just know when it gets to 145 internal, that's when I'm going to pull it off.
Good night, Jace.
Because then it's not going to be overdone. It's not going to be underdone. That's the biggest thing people can learn is cooking to an internal temperature. You're going to, you know, for years I cooked on a gas grill. And for years, I never had a probe of any kind. I would just cook it. And obviously you don't want to make people sick. So what ends up happening is you overcook everything. And it wasn't until, you know, to be honest with you, not too long ago that I realized that I had been cooking everything way longer than I should have because I started using the internal temp instead of time and temps. I don't know if you heard, Russ, but in one of the groups I was reading the other day, somebody was asking for time and temps on corn on the cob. Yes, it has, Mike. The only proof I've ever had was the one that came on the grill. Probe. Will Georgia have a good year for peaches?
Probably.
Probably, I would think so. I mean, it's already getting kind of hot, but you know they need water too. Now we're not even scheduled for more than 10% chance of rain for the next 2 weeks, probably. So it's going to depend on that too. I really feel like it's going to be a brutally hot summer this summer, though. So that remains to be seen. I know the Vidalia onions are already out. We've got
corn looks good.
They're everywhere. Yeah, I did see some good fields of corn here lately. So,
Mike, the Bulldogs suck every year. We don't talk about the dogs around this house.
We're not the red and black around here. And everybody looks at us like we're just strange because we're not Bulldog fans because we live in Georgia. And if you live in Georgia, you've got to be a Bulldog fan. Not Bulldog fans.
We haven't had rain since Sunday, and it probably only rained about 2 hours.
Just for you, Mike. Just for you.
I married into a volunteer.
Yeah. I was born in Tennessee, and all my dad's family is in Tennessee, and I just love that area. Love Rocky Top. Love Neyland Stadium. Love everything about it. So,
Good night, Kip.
Kip, cheers. I'll get you your sign on the way in a day or two.
I've always been a Notre Dame fan, and people look at me like I'm crazy. Even him.
Can't help it, Albert. Can't help it. Now I've got buddies that are Bulldog fans. I've got one buddy that played for Georgia, but
anybody that plays Georgia, I cheer for them.
yeah,
pretty much, unless it's Tennessee too.
Unless it's Alabama, and then I wish they could both just beat each other until just nobody gets up. That would be the greatest.
Eddie, I like LSU.
Yeah, LSU. I like listening to their coach talk.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like he's been smoking cigars for like years.
See, there goes Albert. I was waiting on somebody to say something about my coffee cup a couple weeks ago. It's a Notre Dame coffee cup. Nobody said anything.
Gamecock fan, crazy pop. Sooner fan. Tim, when I coached at Warner Robins High School, we had the same exact uniforms as Oklahoma.
And then Rogers in Oklahoma.
Baseball. Yeah.
Well, we have the Braves game on.
Oh, the Braves. Yeah,
I had winning tonight.
For the Braves got smoked. What was it? 14-3.
Oh, something like that.
Braves got beat last night, 14-3, but they're up 2-0 now. Bottom of the seventh. Braves had terrible pitching last night.
They got a great pitcher tonight. That's Soroka, or whatever you say his name.
Buckeye Wolverine country. Yeah. I'm not a big Wolverine fan. Or a Buckeye fan.
I like to watch Michigan State.
I don't.
Michigan State.
I don't like to watch Michigan State or Michigan or Ohio or. I mean, I mostly just stay with the SEC and ACC teams. I don't know why. That's just me.
Oh, Kip stayed on.
Kip. That's what. Hey, Kip. That's what we do. Milwaukee Brewers, because you can't. I agree with that. Can't argue with that. Florida State Seminole and Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh gosh, neither one.
I gotta admit, I don't mind Kentucky. I don't mind Kentucky.
I like watching Kentucky basketball.
John, let us know how it turns out. Let us know how it turns out. Keep it simple. Take your time. Keep it simple. Take your time. Let us know how it goes. A lot of their fans here too.
Wildcats.
Yeah, they do have kind of spread throughout the northern states above them.
You can't find anything Tennessee around here.
Nothing. Don't even ask. Don't even ask.
Where's your connection with the Fighting Irish? I don't like to watch women's sports except college softball.
Softball.
Yeah, that's the only. Eddie, I was the only person in my family that liked watching sports, and I just started watching Notre Dame back when I was young. And I love some Lou Holtz. He was coaching back then, and that's just always been my team.
Got to be equal. At least you're not a Florida gator.
Kip's gone
Ooh.
now. Bye, Kip.
Amen, brother. I'm with you on that, Albert. I'm with you on that. Well, with any luck and the creek don't rise with all this rain, I'll be laying smoke on some crab legs this weekend.
Oh, shoot.
Tim, what are you gonna cook? What are you gonna cook those crab legs on? I've wanted to do some crab legs
Good night, Mark.
on a grill. Now I've got a steamer, and I need to do something with that steamer. I haven't made a video with that steamer, I don't think yet. Did I do boiled peanuts? Did I do a video on boiled peanuts?
I have no idea.
I've got a steamer. Now it's a small steamer, 32 quart, I think, that I do low country boils in here, just for us mainly. But it's a cool little steamer. And I've had it 3 years, and I've never done a video with that steamer. I need to do a video with that steamer. Mark Summers, God bless you, man. Got you. Mike Tabor wants. I need to do another boiled peanut video. Russ, some of those pots that you have are amazing. That last video you did with 120 quart, that was awesome. That was pretty cool. That little steamer that I've got, it's made probably 45 minutes from here, maybe. They make this one's a tabletop, but then they make one that you can hook up to your truck hitch and pull it, and then they make an even bigger one. But pretty cool little deals.
Peter, he's on his way. He's almost halfway there with those championships.
Mike, it's time for you to party.
Oh, gosh.
Party at Mike's house.
He's going to get in trouble.
Just don't take pictures, Mike, and there's no evidence.
She's sick. I hope she feels better.
Yeah, Mike, Mike, your wife is sick, and instead of tending to your wife, you're here watching me and Miss Piddlin.
Yes, they did, Albert, for many years. Thank you, Mike.
I'd like to see you take a smoked slab of bacon and make pork burnt ends. Eddie, I watched a video yesterday of somebody doing that. It wasn't a pork belly. It was actually a bacon slab that they made burnt ends out of. And I actually want to try that because, pork belly burnt ends have been the big thing lately. But he actually did it with a slab of bacon. And I would like to do that. That might be on the agenda for this weekend. I'll tell you what, Eddie. You do a version this weekend, and I'll do a version this weekend. How about that? Yeah, that's who I watched, Russ. Malcolm Reed did a version of that. Yeah. And it looked fantastic. It looked fantastic.
Crazy pot used a pork belly.
Now, I tried something similar to that once, but I think the pork that I used was already, however it was cured, had a lot of salt. And so I didn't realize it at the time. So then I seasoned it, and some of the rub that I had salt in it as well, so it was a little too salty. But I think this time I may go on the little sweet side, sweet heat.
On sweet thing?
Well, sweet heat. I might do it on sweet thing. But yeah, I'll do that this weekend. A little bacon burn ends. I like it. Yeah, Russ, I can get it right here at Mike's Meats where I get the sausage. Russ, I don't know if you've heard me talk about it, but I get sausage right down here. But it reminds me of that Kaneka sausage that you talk about all the time. It's a smaller diameter smoked sausage, but great flavor. We got a little bit left over in the fridge from this morning.
Oh, the sausage, yeah.
Yeah.
I took it for lunch too.
So, but it's awesome. But that's where I could get some beef tongue if I desired. But he sells slabs of bacon unsliced. They're probably, I would say, maybe 2 pounds, somewhere around there, I would think. So I'm going to do that this weekend, see how it turns out.
Mike said we need to get a room.
We got one, Mike. We got one. Albert, I'm going to try. Me and Russ have talked about that a little bit. I'm going to try to work that out. That might be a weekend road trip where we head to Biloxi and cook something up. We're going to try to get something like that together.
Peter, we are ready for our vacation.
Yes. I've got 52 days until takeoff, basically.
I knew he would know.
I look at it
every day.
Every day.
Probably more than once.
Bacon, because I'm not going to find it. You know, and I've watched a lot of videos on stuff like that too, curing your own bacon or making pastrami or dry aging steaks, you know, and I've always wanted to do all that kind of stuff. I guess it comes down to room in your refrigerator. We don't ever have room in our refrigerator because I've got 57. I've got 57 different half bottles of barbecue sauce in there. True?
Whose fault is that?
Jacob, love your videos. You helped me make my decision to buy a Silverbac. That's awesome, Jacob. I hope you've been happy with it. I've got 2 videos on bacon and 1 on pastrami. Yeah, and you know, I think there's something prideful that you can take when you make your own cured meat. You know, let me ask y'all this: have any of y'all ever cooked a cured ham? You know, like the ham, because Mike's down here has 3 hams right now that are just hanging in like a burlap sack looking bag. But I've never done anything with one of those.
Peter, we have 5 days left of school, and I'm so excited.
If any of you have experience with a cured ham like that.
Mike, we'll just put you in my sister's suitcase because she's going with us. And you can just come on down there with us.
Bless you, Mike. Where do you put the temperature probe in a crab leg? I need time and temp for the crab leg. In the knuckle. There you go. In the knuckle.
Yes, the countdown is real. And
I mean,
after being sick all week, I'm really excited.
I mean, I don't know why, but I check. I don't know what I think is going to happen, but I check the flights every day. The bad thing is some of them are Delta, some of them are JetBlue, so I have to go to both websites after I check Expedia to make sure that Expedia didn't lose them or something.
Lord.
I'm one of them people that
He's crazy.
I'm one of those people that, like, until we get in the room, I'm always scared that we don't have a room, even though I've got the confirmation and all that. I just always think we're going to get to the counter and they're going to say, Smith, we don't have any Smith here, So then what do you do? Or we get to the airport, and sir, you're not on this flight, something like that. So I checked 9,000 times. That cat is retarded.
Stop.
She's going outside next time, I'm telling you. Russ, thank you, man. Appreciate you very much. Cheers, man.
Good night. Yeah. That's exactly what he's scared they're going to say. Who the hell are you?
What meat are you intimidated to cook? Mine would be brisket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Peter, I need the tequila to get me to Mexico.
What meat are you intimidated to cook? I'm gonna have to think about that one a minute. I really don't think it's a meat. Jacob, I would think it would probably be more of a dish. Like or a technique. And by technique I mean like that carnitas. That I know that there is a history behind it. People have been cooking that thing for years and years and years. So it's kind of a tradition to some people. And if you screw it up, some people get really mad about it. I think it will be more stuff like that rather than just a meat. Because I don't really think. Now, I'll tell you this. Sometimes you watch those barbecue pitmasters shows, and like there's 3 contestants there, and they got a cooler sitting in front of them, and they say, "All right, pitmaster, see what's in your cooler." So they go over there and open up the cooler. If it was pork butt, chicken, ribs, brisket, tri-tip, any of that stuff, doesn't bother me. But like say if it was like beef cheeks or, something like that, I've never cooked that before. So it would probably something that I've just never cooked before, never seen it before myself, like personally live, being cooked. Probably something like that, like a piece of meat that I've never really dealt with. That would be a little bit intimidating. But I will say, once you've cooked different pieces of meat, I think you kind of know what to do with it. If it's going to be a tougher piece of meat, you know how to make it tender. If it's going to be a piece of meat that you want to sear, you know how to sear, that kind of thing. The biggest thing I think, though, would be to try to cook a traditional dish and just butcher it and screw it up, Yeah. Yeah, but I don't really worry. I don't really worry about the, like Steven sent that Kobe brisket. I was a little worried about that because someone else purchased it, you know, so obviously you don't want to mess that up. But again, you know, if you just take your time with it, it's better to be slower and manage it, even though if it takes longer than it is to try to rush through everything, because that's when you're going to make a mistake. So, what's your go-to wood for smoking? If I could choose one, and it's probably because it was my mom's favorite, because she always used red oak at her barbecue restaurant, so I would say red oak. Although it's a little, I find that white oak is easier to find around here. What about walleye cheeks? I have no idea about walleye cheeks. I have no idea. That's another thing. Other than salmon, other than catfish, but like a lot of fish, I'm lost as far as that goes. Have you had a particular pellet cause your grill to run hot? By particular pellet, do you mean particular pellet brand or particular pellet as far as wood species? As a general rule, I think the mesquite, hickory, oak are going to run hotter, but not much. I mean, it's not like I've been able to tell a huge difference in any of them, to be honest with you. And I readily change them up. And to be honest with you, I can't tell much difference. Is that a cooked, wet, cured ham? No, this is a dry. It's, Eddie, I believe it's dry. Yeah, I'm almost positive this is a dry ham. Like I say, it's hanging in a bag. I would think that it's a dry. Next time I go up there, I'm going to look. But I think those will be really tasty. Do I have a chili recipe? Yes, Jacob. Actually, I have Mike Tabor keto chili video available. Now, with that chili, Jacob, if you that was a keto version of a chili, but if you want beans, put beans in it. But it was a ground beef and sausage combo chili. Turned out really good. I don't know if I've done another chili or not.
I don't think it is.
I've done a Guinness. Was that a Guinness beef stew?
Mm-hmm.
I did a Guinness beef stew that was really good as well. I've got a video on that. That was last St. Patrick's Day. That beef stew was really good.
Yeah.
I had tent spikes over 45 degrees using apple pellets. That's strange. Last week cooking. I wouldn't think Apple would do that, but it may. When I used to make regular chili with beans, I would use like 3 or 4 different kinds of beans. I would use black beans because I love black beans. I would use black beans, but I would also use, I think they're just called chili beans, pinto beans, and then I think there were white northern beans, and I basically used those just for a different color in there. So I liked all of those, but definitely black beans, white northern beans for some color, and maybe some chili beans. The good thing about the chili beans is you can get those in different spiciness, I guess you could say. You can get them, you know, I guess the sauce that the beans are in are hot or mild. But also, the reason why I like the chili beans is because that sauce that they're in is a darker red. Well, the black beans too. The black beans are really dark, and the other are kind of a red color. But that adds to the color of the chili to me. What brand pellets were they? Good question.
Were they dry?
For your pinto beans, try Camellia brand sometime. Good tip there, Tim. Have you ever put chocolate in chili?
Mm.
I haven't put chocolate, Eddie, but I have put cinnamon in chili. I think cinnamon is a great spice. I think it's probably an underused spice. But I put cinnamon in my chili. Sometimes.
They're Pit Boss Supreme.
Also, that Fire and Flavor brand coffee rub has cinnamon in it as well. And me and Brandy both love it on chicken. Apple Pit Boss. I've never used apple flavored pellets by themselves. I've never used apple or cherry pellets by themselves in a cook. I usually combine those about half and half with a hickory or an oak. And that's the way I've always done my fruit woods as far as pellets go. I always kind of combine them with a hardwood.
Albert, he doesn't let me touch his grills.
That is.
I'm not allowed to touch them.
That is not true. She does.
I know how to turn them on.
Yeah, she'll go out there. She'll turn them on.
I cooked some bacon a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
But he runs the kitchen. You can tell if I get in there, he's like, just get out. So I tend to go in there.
I never say get out.
No, you don't say it, but I know you.
I just may go over there and kind of stir a little bit.
He can't stand it. He can't stand it. He just doesn't know how to go sit down. I get in the kitchen to bake. When I'm baking, he's not in there.
It is. It's hard for me. She gets in the kitchen and she's cooking. I feel like I need to go help, or I feel like not because you can't do it, but just okay. I won't. I like helping. Around the house. I'm not one of those guys that comes home and plops down in his chair and sticks his hand in his waist and, hey, baby, give me a beer and hurry up with that supper. That's just not, I just don't do that.
No, I come home and supper is usually done or almost done. So I will give him that.
I get home before.
Miss Piddlin video.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
He definitely takes over, and that drives me insane because I feel like that he doesn't think that I can handle cooking.
Yeah, you can.
I feel like I can't because you won't go.
Well, we're going to do a Miss Piddlin video. That's a great idea, Albert. We need to decide what you're going to cook.
It's going to be a cake.
Cake? Well, I've already done a crack cake.
You did a crack cake.
Are you going to do a cake inside or on the grill? You need to do something on the grill.
Peter says on the Silverbac.
Okay.
Oh, what can I could do a peach cobbler.
You could do a peach cobbler on the Silverbac. Great idea. How are we going to eat a peach cobbler?
How are we going to eat it?
Well, there's a lot of sugar in a peach cobbler.
Oh, well, it's going to be our cheat day.
A whole peach pie. Cake, great on a... yeah. I did that crack cake on the pellet smoker. It turned out amazing.
I could do that or fat casserole.
Oh. that fat casserole. Tell them what's in a fat casserole.
Fat casserole is crescent rolls, cream cheese, sugar, vanilla, more crescent rolls, cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah. And you just kind of layer it. And it's like it's like a
Grill the cake. Well, he's got the crack cake video out there.
yeah. Albert, I did that on the Silverbac. I did the crack cake on the Silverbac. Check it out. Just put crack cake. Do a search on my channel and just put crack cake, and it'll come up. It's amazing. It's like a.
So peach cobbler or fat casserole, y'all let me know.
What's your opinion on these rubs that come out that are charcoal based? Mainly used to make yeah. Eddie, it's hard for me to say because I haven't used them, but I haven't used them because I'm a little skeptical about that, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but see, I've never used the char type pellets. I've never used those either. To me, this is a great point, and we've been on here almost 2 hours.
Peach cobbler.
But it is a heart attack.
Yeah.
But that's a good point, and I kind of wanted to make that point too. A lot of people too that have always cooked on charcoal and then purchase a pellet grill. You know, Eddie, it would be like you cooking on a Kong, as much as you cook on a Kong, and then purchasing your Grilla, but expecting the same flavor on the Grilla that you get from your Kong. You know, I just think charcoal puts a different flavor in food, and people shouldn't go from charcoal to a pellet smoker and think that they're going to get that same flavor, because they're not. I don't think they are anyway. And so if they're disappointed, you know, to me, my question is, why would you expect anything less than a different flavor? Because it's different fuels. So for me, I guess it would be for the ease of use, but I don't know that I would try those char pellets to try to get charcoal flavor, because I've got a Kamado or the Watchman Stove or the pit barrel cooker to get that charcoal type depth of flavor in my food. So I haven't really tried the charcoal based stuff. I personally, for the darker bark, I like the coffee rubs better, or in lieu of the charcoal based stuff.
Mike, I got you. We're going to do a peach cobbler on the Silverbac. And Eddie, yes.
Yeah.
When we first met, he ate a lot of fat casserole.
That fat casserole was unbelievable. Matter of fact, today, one of the videos was replaying. Somebody commented, and I clicked on the comment, and the video popped up, and I thought, wow, I'd been eating good when I made that video. I was 100% charcoal until I got my Silverbac. I like certain things on each grill now. That's exactly right, Jeremy. Exactly right. And that's why I love, and please understand, I know that people, you know, a lot of people can't have 2 or 3 different types of grills. I get that. But that's why I like having different types of grills, because, you know, you can get different flavors. I can cook with real stick wood on the Watchman Stove. I can cook with lump charcoal on the Kamado. I can cook with briquettes on the pit barrel cooker, or I can cook with pellets on one of my pellet smokers. So, and you get a little bit different flavor from all of those. So I would rather do that than try to get the same flavor from different grills. You know, I like something a little different every now and then. At the PGA Championship, I have no idea. I did see, however, that he was evidently John Daly is going to compete, and he got approved to use a golf cart because of his because of his knee. And evidently Tiger kind of made fun of him because of his knee. So you reminded me about that today. I thought that was kind of funny. Because evidently a couple years ago, Tiger played like 52 holes or something with a busted up knee. And now John Daly has arthritis, so he gets to use a golf cart.
I could probably do cheesecake on the grill.
Yeah. Cheesecake would be good. All right, guys. We have enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much. Kip and
Crazy Pop
is the winner. It wasn't Mike Tabor. But you had a chance, Mike. You had a chance.
Peter.
I will do some bacon burn-ins this weekend, and I'll film it. How about that? And I'm probably going to try to do a spatchcock chicken on the Kamado Joe and film that as well. So I'll try to do 2 videos, I guess, this weekend. Eddie, I'll save you the trouble. Don't. I've tried 2 of them charcoal rubs and trashed him. Stick with the coffee rubs. Yeah, that doesn't appeal to me very much. I don't know why. So, all you guys, thank you so much, and I hope all of your cooks turn out good the rest of the week. I hope you have a great week and weekend. Let us know how your cooks turn out. Share some pictures with us. Share some pictures on Instagram and all that stuff. I know Eddie's going to be sharing some stuff. Y'all, keep an eye on him on Facebook. He does some great stuff. Crazy Pop, thank you. Be sure to send me your mailing address if you haven't already. So that's going to be it, guys.
Thank you, Albert.
See you Sunday, Mike. And until next time, hey, y'all send up some prayers for Mark and his pacemaker situation.
Thank you, Peter.
That's what I like about you guys. And until next time, we'll be piddling.